If you enjoy the video, please consider subscribing, cause if you do, I'll finally be able to get out of Ravenholm.
This used to be a peaceful town. Kids played in the streets, joy all around. Until those Zen creatures, until the war, until the Combine. We have been forever cursed. Now they say we don't go there anymore. How dare they speak like that about my town, my Ravenholm.
Ravenholm's development is a unique one. Unlike City 17 or the Citadel, Ravenholm did not receive massive changes on its design. Rather, they added on top of what they had already conceived. The only thing that changed a lot was its name. It was referred to as Town, Quarry, QuarryTown, Trap Town, Fizz Town, Zombie Town, and then finally Ravenholm. In these two maps from 2001, Zombie Town 01 and 03, I believe the developers were figuring out an image for the town. Here we can see that the original concept was having the town in the middle of nowhere, specifically the wasteland. It seems like a ghost town you would find in Arizona, Texas, or Nevada. Both the 01 and 03 maps look similar in appearance. Zombie Town 03 just has a bit more detail to it. For example, it has a more detailed start with a path that leads into the town. Apart from that, all that changed were the textures. The vehicles used here are the same models that were used in the earliest maps of City 17. I'm assuming the textures on the buildings and the factory is from the same era as well. One thing I found interesting was this Springfield sign. Maybe this was around the time Half-Life 2 took place in America. Since most of the signs we see in retail are displayed in Cyrillic, or how usually people refer to it, Russian. Good map. I like the idea of having Ravenholm in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere, under the scorching sun. Next up from 2001 is Quarry 02 and 03. Same concept but look different in design. In the earlier draft, the emphasis on Ravenholm being a mining town was strong. It is still a mining town in retail, but it's not that apparent. In this early concept, they added a playable area which would have Gordon passing through the mining town and its quarry. Quarry 03 has better textures but is unfinished. Again, it's more of a concept than a map. Interestingly, the mountains in the background seem to imply that this is the same location as the Zombie Town maps we just looked at. The rest of it is in very rough condition. Maybe they ditched this plan and maybe they went for something else, something that will remain permanently in Half-Life 2. This is QuarryTown 01 from 2001. This was the only major shift in the foundation of the maps. Right from the start, they had the narrow passages style finalized, the same narrow passages that we see in the final game. Imagine really hard and you can kind of see how this turned out to be Ravenholm that we all know. I like the mountainous backgrounds in these maps. Sort of gives the idea that Gordon is passing through some kind of a town that is in a mountain range. QuarryTown 03. You can see little details that were added on top of the previous map. Details that add in an ominous personality to the town. Zombies were also added, who would prove to be the main residents of the town from here on. Good map. I like how they added in the details. Proto_QuarryTown is from late 2001, early 2002. I believe at this point they started to shift towards the more horror side of Ravenholm. They added in lamps and the place feels more darker than usual. It's a good map and, like I said, with very little drastic changes, only adding more items on top of it. Now, Proto_QuarryTown 2 is where I think they finalized the deal. This is where they had the aha moment. This is perfect. The sun has set, darkness falls over the night sky, and you are alone in this town with monsters around every corner. This is the beta feeling that I was looking for all this time. The layout of the map remains the same, but the change in lighting makes the whole feel of the map different, making it more terrifying to traverse through. But the revision after this is a masterpiece. E3_town from E3 2002. Such a beautiful scene. The calm water adds in a sense of hidden danger that you can't see from afar until you enter into the town. Instead of the pitch black night, this map has the sun setting, and its rays that shine on the cursed town is breathtaking. My favorite rendition of Ravenholm. After this, Ravenholm became what we see today in retail. Yes, there were a few more maps in the development stages, but I don't think that they are worth showing in this video. Just because they resemble the retail version a bit too much. Our journey doesn't end here though. We have demo_QuarryTown from the fan-made fixed map directory. It's supposed to be an actual beta map that was fixed by the community. I suppose they were going to show this one in one of the E3 events. But I can't say for sure. It's a good map with a different layout than any of the other maps. However, the map's background looks familiar, those mountains that we saw in the first map. Then there's D1_Quarry01, also a fan-made fixed map. It's a simple map, and I think it's somehow connected to the water hazard chapter because of the layout. Remember in retail, the part where we jumped down from the water dam? This kinda reminded me of that. I also think this is from the later stages of development because of its name. That D1_ prefix is used in the retail game, and also in the 2003 maps. If you don't know, Half-Life 2's story takes place over the course of 3 days, Hence, D1 underscore, D2 underscore, and D3 underscore prefixes are in the map's name. So there we have it, Ravenholm and its beginning. Even though the maps went through a couple of changes, they are not as drastic as the ones we saw for City 17 and the Citadel. Half-Life 2's Episode 4 would have been set here, and we would have finally played as Adrian Shepard again, the opposing force protagonist. But then again, some things never come to fruition. Thank you for watching.